Okay. Darn. Okay, guys. Pretty sure it reset. Okay, I got a little better at all the other things. Now I just need to remember to get my my camera in the right position before hitting the go live button. Ah, yes. Oh, no. Elizabeth says it says I'm private, but I'm up. I think she's trying to find the other live. Oh, there she is. Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth, for letting me know. I hope it's fixed. All right. Good. Hello. Let me start here. Start at the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. All right. Hello, Cordelia. Hi, Pam. Debbie J. Sherry D. Elizabeth. Gloria. Who else we got? Gloria, Cordelia, Pam, Sherry, Debbie J. Sorry, Debbie. Sorry, I ended it too quickly. Hopefully they'll pop over. That's why I kind of tried to repeat myself several times about starting over. And here I thought I was all prepared and ready to go. Next time. You want the cherry? I have cherry. I have raspberry. I don't know. I like the orange one, so I went through the bag and I went through my little ghosty holder. I have a little ghost that holds all the Tootsie Pops. But yeah. So this is what we're going to do. It's kind of cute, and I have an order for 6 of them after they saw the picture, and I thought, oh, all right, that's what I'll do. But first, I wanted to kind of go through and little housekeeping updates, what I've been up to, thank yous, all that good jazz. And let's see what I got here. Oh, you guys, I went and did the, was it last week or the week before? I did the leaf pulls. I guess it was 2 weeks ago. And I was trying to do the pull from the magazine, and I couldn't get it to pull. But this was one I did from the magazine with the surfer guy. He's on like the bank, and it shows the water down in front and some little rocks. And I wanted to show it because I finally was successful. And I was like, yes! And it figures I'm not live. So there's that. And I want to start doing like little shout outs like when I go live, because there's always someone through the week that from one week to another week that kind of stands out or has impacted me in some way, and I just want to I want to be able to give them shout outs and steer people in their direction. So firstly, that was that. Elizabeth, thank you for always being my friend, supporting me, helping me out, modding my channel. I am like so grateful for you. And I also, I was just on with Elizabeth and we did the little shaker card ornaments. I think you guys, most of you were there. I did a little see-through one and a couple others. But I will also be on with Elizabeth next month, a couple of days. And also, I believe Halloween, we are doing something special. So Elizabeth, for those that aren't familiar, this is her information. This is her Facebook group. Another shout out this week. And I'm mentioning Elizabeth because I was on with her and I'll be on with her. And yeah. And yes. Next person is Linda, because Linda has really been coaching me on the Cricut, which is what I'm going to work with tonight. She's like just been spending so much time just tutoring me and guiding me through all the ins and outs of how things are working. And I really, really appreciate that she takes that time in between, helping Judy and working and trying to, do her own self-care and whatnot. So I really appreciate you, Linda. And if you guys aren't subscribed and don't follow along in her Facebook group, this is the information for that. So she's an awesome Cricut creator, card creator. She does Pink and Maine because she works for them, which is really cool. Elizabeth as well. Check out Elizabeth's got a shop online. Yeah, does some pretty amazing digitals, and she's got a class coming up that I'm planning on attending. So I'm excited about that. The last one we did was a Halloween class and it was amazing. So I'm excited. So, hey, Ramona. That brings me to another thing. Ramona, I hope you're not upset, but I'm going to talk about you for a minute. I'm doing a simple project tonight because, guys, I want to thank everybody that has sent prayers my way, support, positive energy, healing energy, everything that you guys have written, and those that have reached out to me to support me. And really, I appreciate it. For those that you didn't know, my daughter was rushed to the emergency room Friday night or early Friday morning. She had hemorrhaged and lost a huge amount of blood and was just about dead. Actually, the nurses said she died on the stretcher, and they were, thank goodness, able to revive her. But she was also with child and delivered my third grandchild at 27 weeks, who is in NICU and so far is doing very well. And great news, my daughter was released today. She went home and she will be traveling back and forth to go to visit the baby, which I still have no pictures. I have a feeling from talking to my daughter, she's kind of I don't know if she's afraid to take any pictures right now. She's very emotional and very emotionally tired, weak, and physically very weak. But yeah, the baby is there. Will probably be there for a few months. But yeah, my daughter's she's so far so good. We'll see what happens being at home, because she does have two other children, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, that she chases around. So hopefully she doesn't lift him up. But I want to talk about our Random Act of Kindness group. Ramona is our newest member in that group on Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends. And I have to say, and hopefully I don't get too emotional, but Ramona lives in California, as does my daughter, and I am in Maine. I'm so far away, and I felt so helpless and so separated from her. And Ramona, bless her heart, is fairly close to where my daughter was in the hospital at USC. And she was able to call them and get a room number and find that information before I was able to find out about my daughter and what room and her status. So Ramona got me that information and her current status, that she was stable at one point. And she also went and bought flowers for my daughter from her and a balloon that said it's a boy, and made her a handmade card and bought some little onesies for my grandson. So I am grateful for every random act of kindness that I get from this group. You guys know it. I appreciate you all. But I'll tell you, Ramona went above and beyond on that random act of kindness, and I couldn't have just felt more blessed. It just really warmed my heart to know that somebody would just come out of nowhere and just step up and say, hey, I want to do this for you, for your daughter. So it was just wonderful, and I felt so grateful, and my daughter was grateful too, that she knew I had that connection, and it really made her feel good, because she's kind of in a weird situation, and it just made her feel so nice to know that I had angels, out there everywhere praying for her and looking out for her. And It was wonderful. So thank you, Ramona, for that. I appreciate it so much. It was the best thing. So yeah, so it's been a really long weekend. I didn't have a lot of time to think and prepare for my live, but I did want to go live. And I also want to thank Sherry D because she sent me this beautiful card. I just love it. It was a new technique for her and I love it. She loved it and it was awesome. And she put a little bee on there for me, which is really cool. And I swear that my bees, they have been like buzzing around me to lift me up and give me energy. It's been awesome. But thank you, Sherry D. I love my card so much. I'm trying to read the chat. Yes, thank you, Ramona. Yeah, so it was really amazing. And then the other night, last night, Linda was on her live. And Abraham, I saw someone say, hi, Abraham. Hi, Abraham. He was coaching her through some ink blending, which was really, really cool. And I kind of followed along. I kind of did. I used the colors. He had brought up, basically, I'll just name the color families. He had some specific colors he called out, and I didn't have all of those colors, but it was basically a purple, a green, and an orange. So I kind of took four different colors because I had a twisted citron and an oxide, but then I had a peeled paint that was regular distress ink. So I did a little smooshy background and did some splatters with my metallic watercolors. And this was just a, what was this? This was a Bristol smooth cardstock. So hi, Shay. How are you? Yes, Jim, I agree. Small world, working wonders. Oh, and by the way, my daughter didn't have time today when she was texting me to let me know she was home because she's trying to get the house ready. And I think she's being very hopeful, but she's trying to find herself a new routine with mothering 3 children, 2 at home, and then having to travel over an hour and back to and fro the hospital to see the baby. But he is 1 point. Hopefully he's more than that. I was hoping that by the time I came on live today, I would know that he had made it to 2 pounds. But as of Saturday, he was 1.7 pounds, 1 pound, 7 ounces. And he's 15 inches long. So this ink smushing I did, it was kind of like, I don't know. It feels like some sort of photo paper. If it has no imprinting on it, so I wasn't really sure, but it kind of feels like that. It might just be a cheap glossy cardstock. Not sure, but it didn't really do overly amazing things. But the thing I thought that was amazing about all of this one's last, was how different the same 4 colors looked on all these papers, because I didn't change the color combo. I kept the same 4 inks out and used them. And this was a piece of photo paper, HP photo paper, which I found a little weird. It had such a sticky photo, that little film that they put on the photo paper, that I did use some microglaze on some, Jim. Yep. Hi, Judy. How are you? Thank you for coming by. So it kind of lifted, it was pulling the ink, so I kind of daubed it, and it kind of made a texture and lift all that sticky gunk. So it was really weird, but see how different all 3 of these so far are looking? It's really weird. This was a piece of glossy cardstock that I did. Just a quick, I kind of rubbed and then did the gray splatter. This also was another piece, and this I used the micro glaze, yes, Jim, on, which was really cool. And this was the last one. It was photo paper also, excuse me, and it was a Canon photo paper. And these things, man, they're so flimsy, but really weird how the colors reacted so differently. Like putting the purple and the green, it just really created this blue in here in some of them. It was just, It was just strange. But that was those. And this was one that I found was really, really cool. And I know you guys have probably seen this a million times, but there might be some that hasn't. This was on Glossy Cardstock. This was the same 4 colors once again. This half is all the half when I dried it, the oxides, and how white and oxidized it looks. So Jim, I used Distress Oxides and Distress ink. So the orange, which was the carved pumpkin, was an ink, and so was the peeled paint. This Twisted Citron and the Wilted Violet. Wilted Violet. Let me look real quick. I think it was Wilted Violet. Yes, Wilted Violet. Those two were oxides. So it was really cool. So I have this little tub of Distress Glaze that I've had, forever. I keep my little pad right in there. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But I thought it was really cool when I started doing the corner of it. And I said, ooh, I'm going to leave half so that people can see what happens. So when you go over your paper with this Distress glaze, it takes away that oxidation. There we go. And it gives you a really clear image, and it really shows like every layer right through from the top. And it's funny how weird. It's just weird. I love it though. It's like magic. And I keep my little thing right in my little bowl of it. Then I take a paper towel. Hi, Linda. Hey, T. I missed some chat, I guess. Oh, hi, Judy. Yeah, Tuesdays are my regular night at 7. And then you kind of go over, rub some of it off, rub the glaze in, rub it off. But it really, like, wowzer. I love it. But what a difference, huh? From like on regular paper to the glossy cardstock. It was really amazing. So I'm excited to use these 2 pieces. These 2 pieces I might cut sentiments from, or these few. This one's not bad, but. So yeah, that's what I did with Lessons by Abraham last night while I was following along with Linda. And then I got some napkins, and I tried the old napkin to the cardstock trick. Hey, Bethany. So, oh yeah, so did you see it, Abraham? Did you see them all? I hope so. So yeah, I found these really cool napkins, and I love how it turned out. So I think it's going to make amazing cards. This is a card base, and I'm excited to send some of these. I also played around with some Zentangling this weekend. It was perfect. I took a class from Debbie J that you guys know I won a class last week, and I got on that, but I was having a tough time with all the technology. So yes, Debbie J, you totally do. I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know. And I ripped a couple before I got one that looked really nice. I love it. So I did. I also had reserved a spot for a Zentangle class 2 in the afternoon on Saturday. So I completed this with Desiree Coomerly. You guys probably recognize her name from Include a Thank You. And she also does, she has another page that is Tangles with Desiree. She just, through the pandemic, became a Zentangle instructor, certified. So we did these Christmas trees. And then I did some, which I thought this was really cool. I'm like, how can I get this printed into a napkin? I did some sunflowers, just watercoloring, goofing around. I also did a tutorial from Jessie Robertson. I should have made a plaque for her. She does amazing tutorials. You guys have probably seen her around Facebook. I will try to put links to everybody. I'm trying to get better about that too, putting links in my description below. But she did some little gnome series paintings on some 11 by 14 canvas with acrylic paint. But I don't have acrylic paint to use like that. My acrylic paint is for my gel plate. So I used watercolor. So this is watercolor with a little gouache and played around. And she did another one that I want to do too. I could do that, Debbie. I could. I need to get a scanner. But she did a little Frankenstein one too. Yeah, I don't have a printer, Pam. You're right. So, yeah, so I watercolored this little guy and yeah, really that's kind of how I spent this weekend. Just kind of zenfully painting and trying to keep my mind occupied and I can't remember if I showed you guys that I did the October sheet load this month through Crafty. I made 9 cards, I believe, using 6x6 sheets of paper. So I made a batch of thank you cards in fall colors, which was so fun. The sketch was pretty easy this month. I enjoyed it. So I did those. And I think that's it. Oh, I did have a cleanup page, Elizabeth. Here it is. I'm going to try to find something fun to do with that. So tonight's project was the Cricut because Linda's, like I said, has been tutoring me along the way and really, yeah, busy and not. It's kind of stuff that I can kind of do with, I can turn my brain off and just do. Susie, hello, by the way. Oh, Crystal, hi. Yeah, yeah, reset. Oh, I don't understand why. Am I frozen, you guys? I can't tell. Let me see. Oops. What happened to me? Hopefully, I didn't think I was frozen, but maybe I am. I don't know. Hopefully not. Not frozen. Okay, good. Perfect. Yay. I don't want to be frozen. And I got to switch my top chat to live chat. She can't chat, LOL. Who can't chat? What? The Potbelly Bat. I know, it's adorable. So, I made a couple of these for Willie's sons when he went to visit last weekend, and I thought, oh, my friend saw them actually, and she was like, "Can I order 6 of those?" And I'm like, "Sure." So this is what we're gonna do, and this is a file from Linda. Are you in here, Linda? I think this file was from Dreaming Tree, and I will also try to remember to put a link for them. Linda, oh, you're good. Linda, is this Dreaming Tree? I believe it was Dreaming Tree, which offers a ton of free SVG files for Cricut. Yes. So it was very cool. The only hang up that I found with the little, and it wasn't really a hang up, just that Linda was like, "Oh, you don't have a scoring tool, so you won't be able to do the score part." And I was like, "Well, that's okay. I can skip the score part because how easy is it? We have a score tool, right? We can just like and just score where we need to." And I kind of just looked at the points on it and figured out where things go. And oh, I also would like to thank another Sherry D. You blessed me so much. Sherry D sent me a pack of Cricut grip, standard grip mats in the mail to go with my new Cricut. I am so thankful for that. Thank you, Sherry. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Get that along with my beautiful card she already had made me. So sweet. And you guys can see, look, I've gotten such good use out of my mat. It's totally been fun. It's quite a learning experience because, as you guys know, I had a design not Design Space. I was in Design Studio way back in the day, you know, the late 1900s. And I also, when they flipped that over to a digital, it was the Cricut Craft Room. And so this is a little different. I'm using I have the Cricut app, and I have I have it on my computer. So yeah. I like it when our group spoils each other. Me too, Pam. Me too. I am just was so overwhelmed, and I'm exhausted because I feel like my eyes leaked all weekend. I couldn't, just everything was, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Definitely felt the blessings. So, okay. I do have a gypsy. I still have my gypsy gem. I just thought that I would try to, you know, I found this file, and I will use my gypsy still, because I have a lot of my cartridges that are my own personal cartridges are downloaded to my gypsy. And yeah, I Cricut was actually unable to transfer a lot of the cartridges. And my gypsy cartridges, some of them were just digital ones that they didn't even see that they existed, which was really weird. But yeah, so I will be doing projects with my gypsy. I have some others up my sleeve, but this one I had done trying out, you know, I needed a project for last weekend, and Linda coached me well, and I thought, you know, I need to make 6 more of those. Why don't I try it on my live? So I have put the paper on my mat. I've hit make it on my canvas, and this is where I wish I had another camera so that I could kind of show you guys what I'm hitting. But I think most of you are already in this new Cricut game, so you probably already know like what to do. So it's blurry. Oh man. Is it blurry? Or is it just the humidity in you're looking through, Melissa? Come on. Not to tea. Good for Bethany. Okay. Melissa, you got to take off your humid glasses. All right. So my mat is now ready to make it. So I've loaded my mat. I'm going to take a sip of coffee and read the chat. And I'm going to hit cut. And hopefully it cuts. Hopefully I put my paper in right. I think I did. You guys, I went to the mall across the street. In case any of you don't know, I have a transfer station across the street, which is like a recycling center. And you throw your garbage, and then you can go into their little shop where people return things. And I found a little beverage warmer, so now I can keep my coffee warm when I forget to drink it. So I have it sitting over here next to my Cricut with my coffee on it, and it's staying warm. I do too, Linda. It's great. Oh, yes. I do follow the Bearded Housewife. And actually, someone just sent me a link or a post that he is doing something for December. Some kind of Christmas something something. So I'm going to have to check it out. So I don't have, I have the old green tools, the original Crickety tools from my old Cricut. So this file it cuts out. It has more cuts than this. The other cuts are actually the scoring cuts that go across and score little lines in his wings. And I love these little faces, so I'm going to keep those because, you know, don't throw away good body parts, even if they are paper. And some perfectly good round circles. Yeah. So here we go. Here's where we need this. Thank you, Martha Stewart. I got this great big... So I followed the guidelines. Oh, Ramona, you don't have a Cricut? Yes, I am cutting out bats, Crystal. I am. On your Roku and your phone. Oh, okay. So on this bat, there's the little point. I'm going to line that up because this thing is old and I have a billion gazillion guidelines that I use for different things. And I'm going to find my black line so I can do my top and bottom on this score line. And I'm going to pull it down so that I can bloop. And I'm going to go with the first little mountain on the bottom and boom. I'm going to keep that point, go to the next point. Make sure you guys can see me. I cut all my nails off this past week, so my fingers feel weird. Not that they were super long, but long enough to cover the tips of my fingers, so my fingers are weird. It takes me usually a week to get used to it, and then I start growing nails again. It's weird. And then I'm going to go right up to the crease of the body. Oops, did I get it on the line? Yep, okay. All right, so I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to do this again. And hopefully, you guys, I'm in camera. I'll try to glance up at the chat every once in a while if I see something loud. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to do this. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. All right, perfect. Ramona. Maybe put it on my Christmas list. Don't buy yourself an old out-of-date Cricut machine. Wait for Black Friday sales for Cricut machines. They come to suck your blood, evil laughter. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary Alice. How are you? And did I see someone say hi to Marguerite earlier? Is she lurking? Hugs, Mags. I'll be in touch with you this week. Or definitely this weekend. Life, it just gets in the way sometimes. All right. And I'm also... Am I cutting this too? Oh no, I'm not. I don't have to do anything to this guy. Forget it. I take that back. So, I got all my score lines. Hopefully you can see in the light. I try to find a little... There we go. Ta-da! Bat wings! And I'm sorry, it's such a simple, easy project tonight, guys. Hopefully someone will find it fun looking though, and we'll try to create it. And like I said, I believe it was a free file and on Dreaming Tree, and I will try to remember to link that in my description down below. You guys, I just went for a huge walk today. I went to the post office and sent Happy Mail. I had kind of gotten behind a little bit. No excuses, just laziness. And so I went to the post office and I called Linda and we went on a little tour of the you're a wrench, I'm a wrench, we're all a wrench. We're all wrenches around here. We went on a little tour of the park that is in my town. I took her with me, and I went on a little hike, and I probably hiked, I don't know, I had to have been over a mile, and then or at least a mile. So this is like Older Than the Hills pigment ink, but it works perfectly fine. I'm still using it. And my little dauber is stained. I don't think it'll affect it. But I'm going to go around and I'm going to just accent all my little folds. I'm even going to flip some inside out so I can get these. And yeah, I think Linda enjoyed it. I think she wants to move to Maine now. I took her through a park and to one of our lakes, and I just needed to decompress and kind of connect with nature for a little bit, and it was really cool. I could take Linda with me. She's really put up with me a lot this weekend in between Cricut tips and tricks. And Linda also has an awesome little craft room group that has members from her Facebook group in there that has been so supportive. Lots of fun, lots of laughs, lots of jokes, fun music, some tears, not many, mostly fun, but we definitely support those. Let's see. Here's the link. Oh, thank you, Linda. This is why I gave you a wrench, because I was sending you telepathic vibes that you would. Yes, teaser with some lobster. Oh, she got a good taste of the fall foliage today and some of the nature walks and places around, and it's pretty fun. So I'm just going to glue, and okay, we need a spot. We have this little piece that's the front of the bat, and then we have the base, the body, whatnot. This needs to go on because, and I can't, oh yeah, I guess I did put it, whoops, I guess I did put it on the back. Good thing it goes both ways, I think. Yep, it does. Spit it out, Dawn. Because we need a slot. We need a little place for our Tootsie Pop to slide in. So we're gonna glue this little guy on the back, but we're not gonna glue all the way around the bottom. We're gonna leave that little flap. We're gonna leave the bat flap there. It reminds me of my bees, you guys. I have seen the cutest bees. They're coming up and they're drinking the water from the little containers near my steps, like off the lids where the water builds up. We got tons of rain, and they are like so cute. I showed the beekeeper a little video I took of that one girl that was having her little spa time. And he was like, wow. And I learned at the same time that was a girl. She was a worker bee, because I can tell the difference between the worker bees and the drones. And the worker bees are female, because he was like, I said, he was adorable. And he says, you mean she? And I said, oh, are the worker bees she's? And he's like, yeah, they are. Some of these pops are not the best. So I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. But I want to tighten this down. And that's what I found with the other one once I stuck it in. And these little suckers, they're all different. Like this one's a lot tighter and different. Maybe this is one that I had up here. Maybe that's why. I'll have to grab another new one downstairs. I fidget. Bat flap. Yeah. Like that, Trissa? Hello. What size is the circle? Well, let's see. I'm not really sure what size the Cricut cut it up, but You could probably do it with, yes, a punch or measure it up. It is 1 and 3/8, Gloria. 1 and 3/8. 1 and 3/8 inch circle. Oh yeah, they're SVG, so they will work with your silhouette, Linda says. Oh, Bethany doesn't have a Cricut either? Oh, you love, love, love the tour, Linda. Good. No, I haven't really. Oh, Jim, my mind has been like shrunk to the world around my yard pretty much. Oops, now I glued that one too much. Don't look, Lorraine, if you're watching. These are for my friend Lorraine. Maybe I used the small pop in this one, right? There we go. Perfect. And then I just grab some twine, any twine. Oh, Crystal, you learned that the worker bees are all females? I didn't watch the bee movie. I guess I should watch the bee movie now that I have bees. So I can learn a little. I know that the drones are all male, the workers are female. The drones, they get kicked out after they do their one job. Kicked to the curb, they do. Ugh. You guys are witnessing my on-screen bow making, which is horrific because I'm left-handed and I have two left hands for real. So, thank God for my spare pokey tool. Still haven't found my other pokey to my pokey tool. So bummed. I'm going to put a teeny tiny little glue dot under here to hold my ribbon in place. My batty bow tie. And there's one treat. Ta-da! You have an old Cricut. Oh. Nice. That's mine. Mine's an Explore Air, but it's the Explore Air 2. So I don't consider the Explore Air too old because I have the grandmother of all Crickets sitting over here, the Expression. I'm thinking yours may at least hook to Design Space. Well, you know what, Donna? I assumed that the workers were male too, but they aren't. They are female. The drones, all they're there to do is to fertilize the little bees, and then they get the boot. The worker bees do all the work. I watched a bunch of worker bees as the bees die off after their 30 plus days of living. Some of them like just drop and they're like right at the gate of the hive, and it's so sad. I've struggled with watching them, and I know that it's just the whole circle of life, and that's what happens with them. But those worker bees would lift those bees. There would be 2 or 3 of them, and they would move those bees right off the platform to the door of the hive and clean it right up. I like my expression too, Susie. Hey, Amanda. How are you? I see your name in here. Oh, I am loving my Explore Air 2 T. Oh, love it so much. I I'm just really trying to learn to oh, done. How do I hit done? I'm just learning I'm learning how to maneuver my way around is basically it. I just really need to figure that out. And I know Linda, I believe, Linda, did you showed everyone your little skeleton? We did this over the weekend. It was simple enough for me to be able to engage and stay focused, but also kind of be in my airy state of mind that I was in. So this was really fun. So bless Linda for helping me learn this little guy and do it to try to keep my mind occupied. He was amazing and so fun. So fun. I added his little Google eyes. But he hangs. He does yoga. I had him in the his little pose here. What they call that? The crane pose, whatever. He was fun. Thanks, Crystal. Yes, Mr. Oh, see, you said. How long is the bat? Oh, well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. This one's a little more open. So, lengthwise, well, I don't know if you could turn him, but he is just over, he's right around 4 inches, like 4 1/8, Jim. And then we got about 8 inches long. So about 4 by 8. He is Dreaming Tree, Donna. Oh, are you? Good for you. The only yoga that I do is in my sleep, and I wake up sore, so you won't be seeing me try it in the daytime. I was supposed to go to goat yoga in the spring with my Willie's sister, but we never made it. It seemed something always came up medical wise, so yeah, didn't do it. Goat yoga, which is yoga in a goat pen. A goat pen full of baby goats that like jump all over you. So that sounded fun and not a lot of work. Yes, sleep yoga, Debbie J. That's right. That's what it's called. Ah. Hi, D. I see D. Someone saying hello. I don't see you, and I'm flipping back over to my Cricut screen, so I won't be able to see any of you for a moment while I cut another bat for those that have come in late. But yeah. Time to sip coffee, Linda. Sip, sip, sip. I love my warmer, my mug warmer. I love that I can not drink it right down and it's still warm. I feel so spoiled these days. Super simple file too. I learned how to change up all my materials and all this, you know, the settings for the materials and everything this weekend when I did the skeleton, which was really cool. And I learned how to attach on there, which is something I do on my Gypsy and my old Cricut, but it's like a whole different way of language, I should say. It's the same stuff, just different language on the design space. Back to bloop. Lives in the next town over. I here was checking out the bones. Oh, thank you, Dee. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, he is, Ramona. I believe she said he's from her town. Who? Oh, I bet you. Are you talking about Stephen King? Yes, he does live. He does live a town over. He stays in Level a lot, but he does have a home in Bangor. I don't think he stays there a lot, but he did grow up in Bridgeton. His mom lived in Bridgeton, even after he got older and moved away when he started writing. So he is, and they lived actually right up behind me on the street behind me, which is High Street. Stephen King, he's from Bridgeton, Maine. Linda. Did I not tell you that? Maybe I forgot to tell you. I thought I mentioned it. A lot of his movies and a lot of his books are based on this area, on Bridgeton and the surrounding towns, mostly Bridgeton. So it's a little creepy. It's a cute little town, Linda, but it's if you read a lot of Stephen King, it'll give you the creeps. Walk around. They'll need a field trip. Nope, I don't live in Derry. I do have a shirt though. I'll have to pull it out. Like maybe Halloween, Willie will let me use it. He's got the Derry team shirt. Oops. Guys witnessed my boo-boo. It's all right. We just won't fold him there. Sometimes I have bends in places that I shouldn't have. And then I broke my glasses this weekend. Yes, you did, but needed clarification. Oh, yes. Bangor? You like the way I said Bangor? We have a Bangor, Michigan. So many people can't pronounce it right. Oh, is that how you say yours, Gloria? In Bangor? So out-of-towners call it Bangor. Bangor, Maine. And I'm like, oh, it's not Bangor, Maine. Too funny. Yeah, I don't have a lot of his stuff. I have a really old book that I found at the thrift shop. I used to pick them up because my youngest daughter, is a huge Stephen King fan. She went through a phase of like a lot of horror-y and gothic look and all this stuff. And she collected every one of his books. She has shelves of them, actually. Yeah. Bangers and mash? Yes, as in bangers and mash. That's so funny. That's so funny. I didn't even know what that was until a couple years ago. I think I was like, and I should have, because I think, isn't that an Irish thing, Debbie J? Oh yeah? That's cool, T. Have some first editions. He comes to our bookstore locally here in town. He does a lot of book signings. But we try not to, the locals are used to him. I still get a little, because I don't know. I'm just giddy about anybody that I'm like, oh my gosh. But I don't do it around him. I did actually exchange words with him in the market once in Lovell, because my daughter used to nanny for a family who lived in Lovell, and they were part owners of the Lovell market. And so I used to go into the Lovell market once in a while and grab stuff when we were on our way out from picking my daughter up for a weekend. And he was in there once, and we were both standing at the deli counter, and the pizza oven was like, not the pizza oven, the pizza display case, like where they put the little pizzas that rotate under the light, was on top of the end of the deli case. And I was going to grab a slice of pizza, and we were both looking at it, and we kind of looked at each other, and I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, me either. And that was like the extent of it. And I'm like, well, and then the lady at the counter was like, hey, Steve, how's it going? And I was just like, oh my God, I thought, but I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to be like, hey, because he likes people to not recognize him like that. But it's really cool. But he also, my daughter used to sit with him every week at the adult, because he lived in the same gated community where she lived. Well, not the same community, but the same. Okay, so they had a gated community, but it had like an extension where you go off the side road, and he lived down in there. And I'm sure it's because, I don't know, he probably had his own community there. Stephen King's Lane, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, he would sit on the bench with my daughter. My daughter would sit there with the kids, and this is my oldest daughter that was the nanny, the one that's just getting out of the hospital, had the baby. And yeah, she said she used to just have chit chat, nonchalant. And I'm like, what, with Stephen King? And she's like, yeah, Mom, it's no big deal. She's like, it's every week. That is like amazing. Now my youngest would be like, oh my gosh, it's Stephen King. My oldest tries to hold her composure like it's no big deal, but she's also the one that's, you know, living outside of Hollywood. Oh, that's really cool, Susie. I would have died because I love Tommy Lee Jones. I love Tommy Lee Jones. I'm trying to think who it was. Willie went to California, and he saw some peeps there. Oh, thank you, T. Yeah, it was a pretty wild and crazy weekend for sure. Emotionally, I was like, I'm gonna need therapy for the rest of my life now. It's like the worst feeling. Ah! I'm glad I don't have that laugh thing on my mic live. Debbie J. A crazy woman. All right, that's enough of that. I'm done. Done fidgeting. And I rubbed all my white off. Need more white. Just a little. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Stephen King, so his daughter, she is disabled. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what it is she has, but she owns the apple orchard that we go to pick apples from or get pumpkins. They have pumpkins and stuff there. They also grow strawberries and a bunch of other things, but it's really cool. The orchard is called Pie Tree Orchard. You guys can look it up. It's really awesome. And that's pretty cool too. Now, Dee, that is so lucky. What did she do? I had a conversation with BB King when I was 18. That's really cool. Well, all right. Now, you want to go back in time a lot? When I was little and I lived in Florida, it's so funny. So I have the Stephen King thing, but to me, I don't know. It's weird. He grew up here. Yeah, he's a celebrity to a lot of people, but, and I do get a little gaga, but I'm kind of so like, I don't know, conditioned to him. But this was really cool. And I do remember when I was a kid, we lived in Florida. I was living with my biological mom at the time, but she worked at a Dutch pantry restaurant. And I don't know if anybody in Florida remembers these Dutch pantry restaurants. And I used to have to go to work with her sometimes because no one was at home to watch us. And I don't know where my sister was because she's younger than me, and I don't remember her being there because it was I know. But anyway, I was sitting in there, and Jackie Gleason came in and sat in the booth with me, and we ate rice pudding. I was little, like super little. But how cool is that? He's a pretty cool guy. I like his stuff. Good night, Donna. How do I hit cut there? Oh. All right, let me go back off the screen. Jackie Gleason, yeah, isn't that cool? Prince stayed at the Sheraton at Syracuse University when he played the Dome in the mid-'80s. He sat in the lobby watching everyone checking out. That is so cool. Ah, that's awesome, Jim. Oh my God. So my aunt worked at the hotel in North Conway, New Hampshire. And for you guys, I know I'm in Maine. Whoops, cut the wrong layer. In New Hampshire. And for you guys that don't know, I live right on the border of New Hampshire. So like we shop regularly in New Hampshire. But oh my gosh, you guys know who he is. I'm trying to think of his nope, not Brian Adams. What is his name? Oh my gosh. He sang Jack and Diane. Come on. Mellencamp, was that it? I think it was John Mellencamp. Stayed there. And she was housekeeping. And she was walking down the hall and was wondering why there was this crowd of girls was like swarming. And she's like, what the heck? And she said, yeah, it was him. Michael Landon. Oh, I love Michael Landon. It's really cool. Yeah, I don't think my aunt spoke to John Mellencamp either. And I didn't say a lot to Stephen King except for, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, same. So it was kind of like not really exchanging a lot of words. So I went on the wrong page because remember I said that there was cuts and scores for the wings. I guess they're little cuts, but I don't want it to cut. So I'm going to start with a new page. Bloop. It's always a blooper. I got off track when I was reading all this celebrity encounters. Everybody's celebrity encounters. Bruce Springsteen's jet. Ooh. Yes, John Cougar Mellencamp. That's who it was. Luke Bryan. Wow, you guys. I know. It is tea. I think that's the thing is you just kind of get like, and then you realize they're just people like us. But it is so weird to know that so many people like know these people, you know, like they're people like us, but you know, people can talk about, say our names in the crowd and nobody knows us. Um, so it's just weird to meet someone that you know so many people know. Continue. Sorry guys, I'm trying to, oh, that's in. And then what are we at for time? I think I'll finish up this one and we'll call it a night. I don't want to go too far over. Oh my goodness, my last live, you guys, I was like 2 hours plus. I like sticking to the 1 hour thingy. But these are cute, right? And I don't think of just kids when I think of getting them. I think that it's really cool. Like if you work in an office, it's like a fun, cheap thing to do for your coworkers. You know, you can kind of just like go in and plop one on in their little cubbies or on their desk or whatever. Or just put them in, I don't know. If you get a big styrofoam ball and paint it yellow, it could be the moon. You could stick all these in it. Make a cool centerpiece. Yeah. Yeah. True, T. You can conjure up your own story. Brian McKnight, like 6 hours before, but still passed his star on the door. Well, that's cool. Barry Manilow stopped next to me, signed autographs while I was... But that's right, Bethany. You also, your dad was a pilot, wasn't he, for celebrities? Was that what you said? There we go. That's what we're looking for. Dun, dun, dun. Famous people, yes. Oh, that's really cool. What a fun memory to have. I love memories. I hope I never lose mine. Went to an Arby's one night in a town about 40 miles away, and David was ordering, and she said to him, his voice sounded familiar to her. He told her he worked for the radio station. Oh, that's really cool. I have a lot of family that are like not famous but well known in this area. They go to Texas and do a lot of performing. Nashville. They sing and singing. They're in bands. My grandfather's brother. They all played musical instruments, and some of them made bands with their kids. It became family affair. But we have a big fair up here called the Freiburg Fair, and my uncle and my cousins, they perform at the fair here. Ah, that's cool. So my cousin that sings, his brother drives for Cumberland Farms, and I don't know if that's a store that's everywhere or if it's just a Maine or New England thing, but it's like a convenience store, and they sell gas. And my cousin Stan is, well, actually he's not a driver. He just recently retired, like this last month, I believe. But he does, he's a pastor of a church, but he also does online voice radio. And his voice is, oh my gosh. I'll have to send a clip in Linda's group. He does like these talking things, and he did like this, it wasn't a podcast, but it was kind of like an audio story, and they would update it every week. They added like new chapters. But yeah, his voice is one of those. He has one of those radio commercial voices. Sid Caesar, he was every demanding and nothing met his expectations. Ah, really? Ugh. I hate that too. I hate when I hear stories that people have met somebody and they're like a jackass. And you're like, oh, I love this person as an actor because you love their character, you know, but not really knowing what they are or what they're really like. It's such a bummer. That's like I heard that about Martha Stewart too. I heard that she is like one hard woman. She comes to Maine a lot. One hard woman to work for. Grumpy. You know who else used to come to Maine? Doesn't anymore, but John Travolta. He had a place up on the island. Up near Mount Desert Island. With his family before his wife passed. Oops. Actually, there's a lot of celebrities that come to Maine. Really weird. But there's a lot of room to hide here too. Like celebrities can like get away between the islands and all the woods. They can keep their privacy. So it's kind of ideal. Oh, so you do recognize Cumberland Farms. That's cool. Spooky New England, like Massachusetts, like Salem. I've been to Salem a few times. It's pretty fun, pretty spooky. There's some pretty awesome museums there, like the Witch Museum. Ooh. My old job that I worked at with adults, I worked with adults that had intellectual disabilities in an adult day program. And we used to go on trips to Salem in the fall. It was super fun. They loved it. And it's so funny. Like, none of them were ever scared. They were so excited to just go and be spooked. They were such good sports. I don't like this lollipop. Is this the same one? I'm getting a new one. Oh, you're from Mass, Abraham? That's really cool. So my girls used to live in Massachusetts. One was in Newton, near Waban. And then the other lived in Whitensville. The one that was in Newton, her nanny family there, they sold their house and built a house in Dover, Mass. Oh, that's cool. You grew up in Boston. I love Boston so much. I just love it. So the father of the family that she nannied for went to Nobles. Does that sound familiar to you? Massachusetts? And the wife worked at a school, was a girls' school. I can't remember the name of that one. It's a weird name, but Nobles is the one that he was at 11 years ago this October. Oh, wow. So you haven't been there too awfully long. I bet you like the warm winters. That's what I'm like about over cold winters. think I forgot to glue down one of them. This twine kills me. It stays all together on one end, and the other end wants to always untwist. It's just, I don't know, naughty by nature. Yeah. That's where my daughter and I, daughters, I have two, went to Hollywood, Florida on spring break. We used to stay right off the boardwalk, but the last year that we went down, they went into Miami for a spring break. It's pretty crazy. So there you go. I wish I had that styrofoam ball so I could like share that. I think that's a really cool idea. Do it. Shave the bottom off so it stands and just push the little pops in. You have a bunch of bats that are like flocking the moon. Yeah, Linda, I know. You're so lucky. No winter. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly, lolly. Yes, we have lighthouses, lots of them. I've been to a lot of them too. Well, guys, making some headstones and you'll have a great set. Yes, that's right. Thanks, Gloria. I'm glad you guys liked it. It's a pretty simple one. Get a pumpkin and drill it. Oh, Pam, that's a great idea. Yeah. Oh, have fun on your date night, Bethany. I'm heading out, so. Oh, there you are, Marguerite. Hello. Thank you. I'm glad you like these guys. I like them on paper version, but real life, not so much inside my house. I had one a couple years ago. I heard paper flapping, and when I turned my lamp on and saw that sucker flying right towards me, I was like, ah! You're welcome, Pam. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Crystal. Southern California, yeah, that's right around where my daughter is, California. I think she's on the southern side. Thanks, Maureen. Yes, thank you for chatting with each other, and thanks, T. I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, I kind of did junk journaling stuff last week. This week, I gotta get some treat stuff made. So here you are, Lorraine. These are for your grandkids. I hope you love them. You guys take care and have a really good night, and I will see you all next week. Thanks for coming. Good night. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're usually at work on Tuesdays. Amanda, thank you for joining tonight. I so appreciate you coming. You're welcome, Mag. I'm glad you guys had fun. I love you all. Thank you so much for your kindness. Share it with each other. Pass it along. Thanks, Jim. All right, good night.